Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are now into the quarter-final stage, and we're going to be watching the second quarter-final match, which will be the first time that we'll be showing Josh on stream today. The match
Josh
being
coming up against CarlJr, Bren, funnily enough, and Melioo. And we were talking about that match here just after we went to break, and we thought it was kind of funny that I completely mixed up the matches in the last round, and now we have CarlJr and Bren in this match. So yeah, we're gonna jump on board with this match, and
you can guess who pushed for us to watch Carl Jr. and Bren, can't you? This should be a good match. It should be. We've seen obviously Carl Jr. and Bren on an earlier match, and Carl Jr. looked the better of the two, and he's gone on to win his other match as well. So you'd say that he'd be pretty strong favourite for this, but Bren did just crash in warm up. No, but it's pretty close to see who'll come second. Josh isn't completely out of this. He's not. He definitely has a chance. Bren looked a little shaky at points in the first match of the day that we watched. So, fingers crossed. Let's cheer for our boy.
Go on, Josh.
Thanks, Keane.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't leave you hanging there.
What was that?
I couldn't leave you hanging there. You said cheer for him, and then there was silence, so I had to cheer.
Thank you. That's well appreciated. And speaking of appreciated, I'm appreciating Bren making a mistake in the first round.
Leaving
Long may it continue.
And I think we missed the map order again, didn't we?
It's
sure.
In the meantime, what I will say, well, obviously we're starting off at liftoff, but one of the other quarterfinals that people should be looking out for is quarterfinal 1, which was the other one we were potentially looking to take a look at, which is Grenadi, Epos, Nico, and Mime. So that should be a exciting one as well. And just to let you know, for Kroos' quarterfinal as well, he has Stuffs, Samu, obviously himself, and then Richie. So that'll be a tough one for a Kroos, but he's done incredibly well so far to get there. And you never know with a match like that. Fingers crossed for him. Speaking of fingers crossed, Josh is going to have his fingers crossed that someone will make a mistake higher on in this, so we can gain more than the 3 points. If he didn't have his fingers crossed, he might have not crashed, but that's another point. CarlJr out in front, but actually Bren made a small mistake, and there's a chance here for Josh to overtake at the back. Unfortunately, he didn't quite get a low enough jump, so Bren does get the 3rd place, which pretty much evens out the fight for 2nd place here. There's also a prediction in chat if people want to have a go at that. If you've still got any points after the last one. All of us who bet on Gwen. Josh is looking a little bit rough at the start here. I guess this would have been CarlJr's pick of map. Used to those kind of jumps from TMGL's past. Looking at the times for this, we're on liftoff, and if we look at who sort of has the advantage here for this match, Josh has a 55.1 time, and all the rest are in the mid to low 54s. So I would say this is probably Josh's worst map, at least compared to the other players on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprisingly close here between Carl and Melioo. Both have a a 54.2. Melioo 200s ahead with a 2.262. But I mean, so far the game has been showing that these two are the fastest on this map.
Yep, and there was a mistake from Bren.
Taking first place by a tiny margin, but Josh is still in the race too. He's pushing as Melioo crashes, and Carl takes first place. Can he keep it though for this last jump? As Josh is also pushing, and as we see Carl taking first.
It's really important for Josh. It's a bit unfortunate for him that Carl picked this map as the first map of the rotation, because at the end of the day, Josh needs to stay in contention to make sure that for the other maps that are coming up, where he is got a more favourable matchup, that he's not too far away for it to make a difference. And I think he has done that. He's equal with Bren in third place with 18 points. There's a bit of a gap to Melioo, but as you mentioned, Melioo is sort of, that's his best map. And it's actually not even that much of a gap anymore. It's only 4 points, which in the grand scheme of things is nothing. Right, moving on to Halfwood now. Josh has a much better matchup into them here on Halfwood. He still has the slowest time, but it's only by 0.1 to Bren. And Melioo has a 59 flat, and CarlJr has a 59.1 as online times.
It looks like Josh is out of this round as he clips early on and makes a bigger mistake than shortly afterwards. There's a battle up front here for first between all three.
Good
Gotta
line
come
from
down.
Bren.
I think it'll come down to these last few wood turns, I think, to decide the winner of this round. As it's still pretty close. Bren slightly edging ahead, but oh, he big crash there. He didn't jump far enough.
Oh, and Carl still
Carl
gets the
snipes
win!
first.
Oh, Josh was too far behind even to get third. That's poor. That's not good. It's one round, though. It's not the end of the world. I'm a little surprised that Bren made that mistake at the end there. It didn't even look like he was going for a particularly low jump. I mean, he obviously was, because he ended up hitting the floor, but
I mean, yeah, it's possible he just jumped off a car length too early or something. But Melioo taking an early lead here with Josh close on his tail, and Bren and Carl vying for third place here as Bren flips the wall, allows Carl to take third, and he is fighting Josh for second place, it looks like, as Melioo stays in front, and pretty close battle here between everybody.
yep. There was a speed slide coming out of one of those corners, which is why Carl stopped catching up to him for a second. Mistake from Melioo in first.
Well. Now Josh take first place. Or Carl with a crazy line there to just gain so much extra speed to snipe first again.
There's a trick that it looks like a lot of them just aren't taking into account. I don't know if it's just more difficult or why they're not doing it. But a lot of people are jumping quite far right at the end. And the problem with that is you lose so much speed because the earlier contact and the acceleration of wood, you just carry that round the whole corner. It's what Epos is doing to sort of be so quick at this game. And you just saw that Carl was way further left than Josh at the end. And he took so much more speed into the ending jump.
Yeah, Carl is also good at that low jump at the end that we saw Epos do as well. I think they've probably optimized this map quite a bit. Just because of the unpredictability of wood sometimes, you know. It can just send you places.
It's a lot of speed from Melioo coming out of that. 1 minute 49 seconds. 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 1 minute 49 seconds Let's see what happens at the end here. There's been a couple of mistakes near this from Melioo. Who's going to go further left? They go about the same. Melioo manages
Melioo with the
to take
faster.
the win.
Yeah.
And that's a
That was a
big
good
swing,
round.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Carl up to 60 points now, though. He's taken a bit of a lead. Melioo 18 points behind. So there's only a couple of rounds, really, where... or only a couple of rounds that Melioo was behind.
It's more the fight for second place I'm thinking of, because they were relatively close coming into this map. And actually, up until that last round, they were still relatively close. But now there's a 12-point gap opening. I still think Carl's pretty much got this in the bag. It's probably a bit early to call that, but I think he's the best player coming into this. And it's going to be a fight for second place. And if Melioo can keep playing like this, it's going to be really tough for Josh or Bren to catch back up.
Oh, somebody crashed there. Looks like it was Carl.
Of course it was Carl.
Right as we're talking about how he'll take the win. But Bren out in the lead here at the minute. Only a very, very small lead. But it could be enough. But we could see Melioo going for the wide
Where are
line
they going
here
to jump?
again.
Melioo's got better speed. He's got way better speed. Will he catch Bren?
Oh, no, he doesn't.
Super close, though. He caught up a lot. I think the ending is just a little bit weird in the sense that you want to try and get as high as possible, but with as inside a line as possible at the end. Because if you go too wide on the jump, you'll just have so much more distance to cover. The extra speed's not going to help. But if you turn too much, you can lose some speed, and it's just there's a sort of a trick to it.
You're trying to find the perfect balance of
Yeah.
like wide enough where you can get speed, but not too wide where the speed makes no difference.
Mm-hmm. Sublimation, they're all within 0.1 of each other on this.
I think Bren is likely to take a couple of rounds here. Purely based off the 360 towards the end. I think we saw him in the first match and he was pretty consistent with it. And,
got deep zip on the mind.
Yeah. He's got a lot of experience from that one 360 that everybody was having trouble with, so now he's just a pro at this one. Because
the one
it's
that's
flat.
really high up the tower that he does once every 6 hours or something. Okay, it's more than that because it's Bren, but you get the point.
Well, yeah, but this one is a lot easier.
Josh is going to have good speed.
Looks like Bren lost some speed there at the end.
Yeah, because he didn't go wide enough, didn't get the high speed side. Good from Josh. Should be good enough for second.
Oh, Carl almost hit the finish there. Josh almost hit
Josh did hit the finish there.
Yeah. Luckily enough, he was still inside or outside enough that he hit it and went in.
56.3 is a cracked time, by the way. That's basically PB for Carl. Or online PB. His online PB is 56.35. So that was a very good first round from him.
Only 0.3 away from online world record as well. It's 56.0.
As mentioned earlier, that's tough to do to get world records on ice, unless your name is like Mika or Alcon. Oh, Josh lost a lot of speed in the exit to that. Melioo's pushing this. I think he's gone a bit too inside. I think he's going to lose a bit of speed on the exit here, though.
Looks like he did. Carl with a very dodgy line there, but manages to save it and keeps his first position as we go into the 360.
That's a poor line from Melioo. He's going to lose a lot of speed there.
And he slid out as well as Bren comes out of nowhere to snipe second.
Yep. Deep dip strats.
Who would have thought that deep dip would have come in handy in World Tour?
For the Josh fans, though, been a pretty good map so far. It's the distance to Melioo has shrunk, even though it looks not great because, you know, Josh is now on his own in last. He's still caught up to second place quite a lot. And that's, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you're third or fourth. It only matters if you're second, so.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, he's closed the gap between him and Melioo. I think it was 12 or 13 points, and now it's just down to 10. And 2 or 3 rounds, we could see that close even further.
Yep, we need a mistake here from some of the people up front, which is definitely not impossible.
Carl going very
Speaking
wide
of,
there. I think he hit a sign, but somehow managed to keep most of his speed at least, as he stays in the fight for first.
great line from Carl. Look at this.
They all got that 360 very well.
Oh,
Oh, I think Carl. Yeah, he hit the fin.
well, he had to risk it, because if he'd have released, he'd have lost all his speed, and he was still trying to overtake them. So he had to risk it, but he just was slightly too inside. But that was a really good effort, because he was in third coming into the 360, and he overtook Bren and then nearly overtook Melioo as well. We need to see a big round here from Josh. That's really good speed.
Yeah, great exit from Josh.
They could throw a blanket over all four of them at this stage.
Yeah, only a tenth and a half separating all four.
Good
Pretty
speed
close
slide
rounds
from
so
Josh. I
far.
hope that's not the first time you hear me say that today.
Once we get onto cadence, we'll be saying it every minute.
Josh, that's a scary line. That's not enough.
It might be.
Oh, it is. Carl
Oh
hits
my
the
god!
finish.
Only
That's.
for Carl hit the finish there. I think
Is Bren gonna finish? He does finish. Yes.
Bren was, or I mean, Carl was going to take first there, only for he hit the finish, allowing Josh to snipe.
That was desperate. That was actually desperately needed from Josh. That was, because he was falling out of touching distance. He was about 17 points away from second. Or, and yeah, he's now back within, and he's only 11 away. And we're coming onto his best map. We're not coming onto his best map. We're coming onto Castle. we haven't played Cadence, have we?
No, not yet. So we're
Did he
still
just not pick
still waiting
Cadence?
on
That's
cadence.
interesting. Maybe that was tactical.
Josh was second or third seed.
Yeah, but he's so much better on Cadence than everybody else. Okay, he's not that much better. Okay, he's point 0.01 off Carl, to be fair, on Cadence, so like ahead of him.
It could have been a strategical decision, just leave cadence till later on in the map rotation and just gather as much points as you can before then, because it's likely he'll get a lot of points in cadence, I think.
Well, if you're third or fourth pick, I guess it doesn't really matter, because you're probably not looping around to that anyway. Second time, like.
Oh, Bren with a crazy outside dirt.
I mean, it's no Gwen, but
No, but fortunately he did crash, giving Melioo and Carl the chance to battle it out for first. And
Melioo's
it's
got
all
this.
gonna,
Melioo's got more speed.
yeah, only
Oh,
a tiny
well,
bit more
look
than
at
nine
that.
thousandths. Wow, what an end.
See, Brent, just as the thing ends.
Yeah, that gap between Melioo and Josh is starting to widen a bit now as well. I assume Cadence will be next, which means Josh might be able to take some points on that and close the gap.
Well, that is the
Be with a
last
better
map, isn't it?
chance.
So.
Is this map 3?
No.
Oh.
I think this is. I thought this was map 4, but I could be wrong actually.
No, I think it's number 3. We haven't seen liftoff yet.
Yeah, we did. It was the first map, wasn't it?
Perhaps. I don't know.
We saw liftoff, we saw Halfwood, and we saw Sublimation, and now this is Castle. I think this is the 4th map.
We have got
Josh has speed. Oh, does he have enough to hold on? He does. Melioo got beaten
Melioo,
by 13 thousandths this side.
yeah. It looked like he was wiggling a bit there to try and get a tiny bit extra speed on the dirt at the end.
Speed slides are on Josh's side. Wonder who would have said coming into this that Bren would have been in last.
I don't think anyone would have. I think going into this match, I thought it would have been between Carl and Bren, but Melioo is doing very well here. I know he's still quite a few points behind Carl, but if it stays the way it is, he could easily take second place.
Well, we all know Bren has retired from competitive, is now a full-time dipper. So Joffrey's a really good inside line here.
Melioo looks like he crashed.
Carl crashed!
Carl
Carl
crashed as
at
well!
the end!
Right at the end. Oh my god.
How did he manage that? I mean, I'm not complaining, but how did he manage that? And Bren ends up from being 4th place halfway through that round to winning it.
On straight lines. Imagine crashing PF. Yeah.
We should have mentioned that Carl is very close to actually qualifying at this point.
Correct. Yeah. I don't think I even. I didn't notice really. He's on 113 points. All he needs is. Well, I guess he does need first place to go to finalist here. Thought it was 7 for second, but it is not. It is 6.
Super close up front.
Melioo
Greatest transition
slightly
there from
ahead.
Josh. It's very close up front even still. Roll crash there from Melioo. Really big in the context of second place. Now we just need another Carl PF mistake. We would never. That's another 3-point gain for Josh onto second place. So he's within 9, and so is and Bren is within 10. Well, quick maths. That degree came in handy. Finalists now, and they should be going into cadence. I have a feeling Carl is going to wrap this up very quickly. Now, this would be the kind of... There's a 0.2 difference, basically, between Melioo and Bren, and then Carl and Josh. So Carl and Josh have 1062s, and Bren and Melioo have 106 4 and 5s. So the best thing that could happen for Josh is if he starts winning rounds and Carl comes in second. So he actually really doesn't want to let Carl win a round, which is different how you would normally want to do it if you're in a, in a situation like this. It's CarlJr, don't doubt him. Sorry, I was just talking to production. I was talking to the voices.
And again.
That's a good line from Josh. Look at that.
Yeah, look at him coming out of that with just so much more speed. And he's now back in the race, fighting against Bren and Melioo for first place here.
It's not a good dirt section, though.
Everybody seems to have different lines there, yeah.
It's the world record buff, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is so close. Josh has more speed. He needs a good dirt section, though, to win this. Melioo should get overtaken by both.
It looks like it's Bren.
Bren wins the round. That was a really good race between all three of them.
Yeah. And that's definitely huge for Bren as well, going up to 88 points. Closing the gap even more to Melioo. And the battle for second is on here.
That's not actually that quick, considering their PBs. There's a lot more to come from them, I think. Oh.
Look at that. Look at that. He's just gaining so much speed.
Josh playing like it's a full speed cup of the day. Good speed.
Yeah, coming out of that with more speed than everybody else. Stays ahead. Oh, Carl
Ooh,
takes first somehow.
you really don't want this. Who's that? Melioo. Melioo's overtaking Josh as well.
Bren is 0.2 behind. I think he's out of this race, or this round, I mean. And Carl's going to be want to. Let me try that again. Carl's going to want to be closing this out here now, soon. But
Melioo overtook him.
Melioo denies.
This is a worst case scenario here, really, for Josh and Bren, which is that Carl's staying in, but Melioo is coming first. Because he's just gained 7 and 6 points on them, respectively. This could be heading towards a triple finalist, though. It's greedy to want that, isn't it?
I mean, we got it last game. But I don't know. I don't think it's quite as likely that we get triple finalists in this game as well.
That was an interesting line from Melioo. He was all over the place. This is better from Josh.
Brilliant.
He wants to have a big lead after that section because mistake from
Bren.
Bren.
That gives Josh a couple of tenths of wiggle room there ahead of second and third.
How is Melioo caught up? This is insane. He had a really bad speed slide and he was 0.2 behind, and now he's passed everybody apart from Josh. He is driving a blinder today, to be honest. And that's a great drift. Oh, he's got so much more speed than Josh.
Oh my god.
Oh, but Josh has taken it back. And Carl! Oh.
Melioo came in with the snipe. Oh my god, what an end.
Melioo got sniped. Melioo was winning up until the last part.
Oh, yeah.
Josh sniped him on the line, and then Carl nearly sniped him on the line. But that was incredible from Melioo. He was in last place for most of that round and nearly came back and won. Such high quality Trackmania on display here. Has Melioo made a mistake? Melioo has made a big mistake. Josh has to come through here. Carl might be getting a bit nervous, you know.
Yeah, it seems like he is. He's driving a bit slower, I think, than what he's capable of.
I wouldn't say that.
No, not slower, but than what he's capable of. I think he definitely could have closed this out a lot earlier.
Whoa, what a line from Josh. Carl has more speed though.
Very great line from Carl. And
Josh can take second place at this point. He'll take it. Good round. Well played to Carl. He's our first player through to the semi-finals now, won't it? And for most of that match, he looked pretty dominant. There was obviously the section recently, basically when he hit finalist, that everyone else seemed to step it up a bit, but it's now just a close fight for second place. We're going down to 10, 6, and 4 as the points reparation. And I think Melioo is now 1 win away from finalist. Josh a win and a second place away from finalist. And Bren, he's out of it. That's a joke. He's not actually out of it. He just needs a couple of first places. And
I think Bren is still very much in this. He's a good few points behind, but I mean it's Bren. You know, it's likely he'll just pull a win or two out of nowhere, and then it's on. The race for second place.
This is possibly the worst possible scenario for Josh, unfortunately, though. This is the one map where he's been, he just looked behind on pace. And this is kind of the deciding map. If he can somehow make it, and I'm not even sure if it's possible, and the match is still going after this map, it would be better for him, but got to be cheering for Bren to win this round at this point. It's a rough line.
Who? Oh my god. I had no idea who was in front there. I just couldn't tell.
Sorry, I thought you became an owl.
Who?
You just Melioo
Very
did really
close
well
round,
there
though. Yeah.
to hold off Bren. If Bren had taken that, that would have meant there was one more round for Josh to get close to finalist. How did no one clip there? That was insane.
I mean, Melioo didn't have the best landing. Might have cost him a little bit of speed again, but still staying in the battle. Josh falling a little bit behind. Bren taking first place, but still on.
Always crashed. Melioo's crashed. That's super important for Josh. Josh, no. Oh, that's poor. He really needed that.
Well, we're getting another round anyway. At least Bren managed to deny the victory for Melioo, and
but that second place would have meant that he only needed a second to get into finalist. Now he has to win 2 rounds.
Oh, he didn't finish.
He didn't finish.
Okay.
Oh,
Josh.
Josh.
So he still needs 2 rounds to get into finalist here, and I don't know. I don't think I see Melioo being denied the victory 2 rounds in a row.
It's not just that. It's if Bren wins 1, then he could also win. I could see Bren beating him on this. Oh, that's a mistake from Melioo. Yeah, I could see Bren winning this round, but I can't see. Bren is going to be in finalist now, unless he makes a serious mistake. Which, hey, stranger things have happened. But he's looking a lot more comfortable in these last few rounds, Bren. No mistakes this time from Josh.
And we get double finalists. Now it's on Josh now to.
Josh has to win this round. This is the last
Yeah,
round on this map, and he has to win it.
He has to win.
Come
The
on,
pressure's
Josh.
on. Yeah, the pressure's on, and if he manages to win this round, it's I think even more pressure.
Mistake from Melioo.
Yeah, Melioo was out.
It's all on Bren. Whether he can
I
keep
mean,
it.
We saw this same thing happen last round. Melioo crashes on that turn, and Bren is a couple of tenths ahead. Unless we see a mistake from Bren, I think second place goes to him.
He's lost a bit of speed. But it's still, I think, too much of a... It's just on this jump. Will he make this jump? And kind of go as high as he wants. And he does. But he does make the jump, and unless he misses the finish... That was a brave finish. But well done to Bren, qualifying in second place. And well done to Josh for making it to finalist. Even if it was after the end of the game, he still got to 120. So I'm going to count that as a triple finalist, even though it wasn't. But
Definitely a great showing there from Josh. Made it to quarterfinals, and he had some really good rounds there. And
yep, and I think we are switching match now to the... I'm assuming this will be the... Oh no, the quarterfinal has finished with Epos in it. Epos won, Mime second, Grenadi third. So Grenadi's out. quarterfinal for Acros is unfortunately out in 4th place. And in fact, all of them are finished now.
Yep. I mean, this is shaping up to be a pretty good grand final here. I think there's a lot of good players left in for the semi-finals. So whoever makes it through, I think we're in for a banger game.
We are indeed, and I will also say that this is a great stream to follow because so far we've watched all of the 4 finalist matches. So if you're not sure where to watch going forward,
Yeah.
seems like it'd be a good time now before the semi-finals are drawn to go to a quick break. So thank you all for watching so far, and we'll see you afterwards for the semi-finals.
Yeah. See you guys soon.